The Wall Street Journal publishes a report claiming that the united phase of war against Iran, around an hour and a half to 2 hours after the report is published, the US Air Force begins launching attacks on Iran. At this moment, American aircraft are striking various Iranian cities, and if the full report published by the American newspaper is accurate, it means that a new 14-day phase of the war is about to begin. However, these 14 days will be different from all the previous days, and far more intense. If you examine this war from the very beginning, the United States has not announced boots on the ground even once, because deploying ground troops was never America's objective in the first place. Yet some naive observers believed that America was afraid of Iran and therefore unwilling to send troops onto the battlefield. Iran, however, understood the situation very well. America's real objective was to exhaust Iran, create uncertainty caused by the absence or unavailability of key leadership within the state, expose divisions between its political and military leadership, and keep the war going in phases, forcing Iran into one mistake after another until it was left with no real opportunity to recover. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Israel, the United States. Iran has been carrying out attacks on the Gulf states, where American facilities are being destroyed. At the same time, anxiety among the Gulf countries is growing, because states whose revenues and economies depend heavily on oil and tourism are being affected by the war. Meanwhile, missile and drone attacks on these states have raised serious questions about the safety of civilians. As a result, both at the governmental and public level, pressure against Iran is gradually reaching boiling point. On the other hand, Saudi Arabia, which throughout this entire period of conflict had been trying to keep the situation under control, has now found itself facing the opening of fronts from Yemen and Iraq. Saudi Arabia holds a leading position among the Gulf states. If it itself comes under external attack and does nothing in response, its own standing and credibility are inevitably affected. Therefore, for the first time, Saudi Arabia has moved towards military action alongside its allies.